Sledgelords, we're in a different studio because we had too many men.
Ooh, that's a good problem to have, yeah?
Too many men. Let me do the rounds here just for people that don't know. If you didn't see the last episode, this is our boy Court.
AKA Young Token.
He is in a state of limbo. We don't know exactly what's happening to him, but if you like him, let us know down below in the comments. We certainly like to hear the information. And then we have the reigning No Jumper podcast champion. A man who needs at least some introduction, the one and only Bizzle. And then, of course, Danny Mullen is already, you're familiar with Danny.
Can I just tell the audience about something that happened before the mics went hot?
Yeah.
I get in here, and Bizzle is just happy as to be out here in California on the program, and he's feeling one of the pillows, just going, man, this pillow's so soft. All the bright lights in this studio, all the fancy equipment. And Court just looks over at him and goes, is that your real voice?
I said sometimes.
See, he turns it off, though. Like, sometimes it gets real, like, wistful and high and southern.
But can you imagine him around his, like, down south brethren? He'd probably be cranking it up to the max.
It's deep down there.
If I saw you at a rodeo, I probably wouldn't even recognize you because you have that twang twisted up so hard.
Hey, man, you want to go get some barbecue?
Corn dog lodged up his ass.
Before we talk about anything else, can we talk about your pants?
Oh, my God.
Those are the craziest pants I've ever seen. Where did these come from?
Yeah, how long have you been a Hebrew Israelite?
Why, they rock those?
Yeah, when are you going to go?
Yeah, they dress like straight up wrestlers. Like, this look like some wrestlers.
Yeah, when are you commit a terrorist act against a temple?
Oh, my God. No, I freaking, this guy watched the last podcast I was here, and he was like, hey, let me make you some clothes. His name is Johan, and his brand is Now Compare. So now I look like the Mandalorian.
Nah, you look like you baking potatoes.
You could bake some potatoes off of this. I was driving over here and I was blind. It was so shiny off my pants I couldn't even see.
Wow, I could see that.
Yeah.
You got to have like special sunglasses that block the bottom of your thing.
I love these pants, but when I go to leave here, I'm just gonna take them off and just drive with no pants.
Do you think that you could like smoke crack off of those? Like, would it have the same effect as foil?
Well, if you can find some, we can try it.
Shouldn't be hard.
Adam, how much would one pay for a pair of jeans like that? I know you didn't, but
You got hooked up.
I have no idea. I imagine at least a couple hundred or something.
I feel like this is the naive Southern boy come to Los Angeles who's going to be real easy to take advantage of.
Yeah, he's probably like, man, those pants is $1,000.
Well, I'm just worried like some guys like, hey, plug my brand for free on No Jumper. And the next thing is going to be like some guys like, hey, I'll put you in the pictures. And then you're going to be on your knees in this guy's master bathroom, making him happy.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's other doing that for like $50, so him doing it for free ain't that different.
Well, hey guys, I'm super gullible, so if you want to give me some free shit, let's go.
So this is my question. Or you had a question on deck?
Well, also I just want to point out that he had to switch places because Bizzle's missing an eye.
Yeah.
So
that was a powerful statement. He just like kind of goes, I don't really like sitting here because I can't see through this eye, so it's pretty much completely blind to me right now. And I was just like, oh yeah, we could definitely switch, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't see you guys at all. It's much better now.
Yeah.
Do you have a glass eye?
Yes.
Well, I ain't got shit.
You didn't see it?
I got a miniaturized vagina on my
Oh. Whoa. Like, did you take the eye out?
Nah, dude, the guy that stabbed me with a steak knife took it out.
Okay. I thought you had like a glass eye though at one point, no?
No, technically the surgeon took the eyeball out, but for 3 days I had it hanging out of my face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Tight.
What's crazy is they're telling me there's no nerves in your eyeball. There's no way you could be in pain. I was like, you go stab yourself in the eye right now, and I'll tell you it's the most painful thing you can ever feel.
I think the crazy thing about it is that all these Indian people are all about having a third eye. That feels a little gluttonous when we have people out here with a mere one eye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you find it hard to relate to Indian people?
No, I don't ever. I've never even thought about relating to them. I don't know how I could.
Have you ever met one?
No.
Has Halloween gotten a lot better for you since you lost your eye?
You.
This is not a roast session. We just had to get some of this out. All right, this is my most important question: is like, how's your life changed since you went on No Jumper and took a massive W against Catfish?
Oh my God. Well, my favorite thing about this is that because of that, when I said I don't know how you can be on the No Hate Tour when you're the most hateful person in the world, the owner saw that and he got fired.
Catfish got fired.
That's $1,800 a week.
Wait. The No Hate Tour? What the hell is that?
Oh, it's a dope ass tour. Everyone on it is not hateful, actually.
I would hope, yeah.
Yeah, but they go around for the military to like these military schools, and they do BMX shows.
You're telling me Catfish got fired from this because of that podcast?
Yeah, and it's got Koji Kraft, Morgan Wade, like Dan Cease, like some bangers in there.
I don't know if Catfish told us that, so maybe
Of
he's
course he didn't
actually
tell you.
bummed, so he didn't let us know.
Oh yeah,
I
would be bummed.
I sincerely hope the next time the No Hate Tour rolls through a base that some rogue private grabs an M60 and just mows down the BMXers.
What?
Why would you?
He's saying that as a skateboarder, not as an anti-Catfish guy.
Dude, I'd be so pissed if some guy's like, check this out, bro. Tail whip off the speed bump. And I was like, dude, I've been driving over improvised explosive devices in my Abrams tank for the last 6 months.
Well,
this is the last thing I want to see.
Isn't it about the weirdest thing you could think of that these like military groups like put together tours with like Americans where they can go out there and they have to ride BMX in like 800-degree weather and stuff, and it's just like it's good for the troops. Like the troops, I guess, get like cheered up by this and stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like at this point in my life, if I was at war and a bunch of dudes on little bicycles came and they wanted to show me how they could do backflips, like maybe I stand there, maybe I watch it for 5-10 minutes, but like I just don't really feel like that's like at the front of the mind of the average soldier, right?
Adam, how much more likely would you be to frag an officer after watching a guy on a mongoose?
Bro,
Like,
you're gonna get put on a list. You gotta shut up.
How do I frag? What is
Oh my
fragging?
God.
fragging's when you like your officers, like you guys don't like him, but instead it's like a mutiny. It's a mutiny where you throw a grenade at your officer.
Okay. I'm not gonna kill my officer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold him down. Like if I was gonna be in a gang, and I feel like the military is like basically a gang, I feel like I want to do it the right way. I want to hold him down.
And then hit him with the soap pillowcase.
Oh well, I'm definitely down with
Oh
that.
shit! What I
Oh,
want to
I
say
got
is,
I got
movie
a
is that?
soap story.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Well, Core, what do you got real quick?
if I'm getting shot at, I don't want to see no fucking like. You got to do some dope tricks. I'm talking like mega ramps and shit. Not no little X up or nothing like that,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Oh no, these guys are some of the best in the world doing these shows.
If it's,
Alright, cool.
I don't want Catfish, dude. I want Matt Hoffman.
No, it's like
Probably not these
these
dudes.
guys are like X Games medalists. Like they're badass.
Matt Hoffman's peak was quite a while ago.
I want Dave
that-
Mirra.
He still
Still
rides. He
badass.
still does his thing.
He's dead.
I want Dave Mirra's hologram, just like we had our boy BIPOC when BIPOC took the stage at Coachella, dude. I want that, but Dave Mirra, Tupac.
I would love a BIPOC Bizzle. Bizzle Poc.
Are you
BIPOC is bisexual. Black,
black, dude.
black,
Bisexual?
indigenous, and people of color.
A BIPOC Bizzle is just
I'm about
Bizzle.
I'm about halfway there.
Yeah, he's just Bizzle with an N-word pass.
But
That's all.
you identify as white?
No,
What, you can't just not identify as white. You're
I
fucking
don't.
white.
I
dude.
mean, I'm definitely white, but I was given away as a child and raised by black people.
Oh,
so,
so what
like-
do you identify as eggshell?
No, but like the way I like view things and the stuff I'm into, like it's not like extremely white at all.
See, doesn't that suck? Like he's got like the darkest, the things that people typically would associate with the black community, like the upbringing, the neighborhoods, the foster home system. He's got all that, but he's still fucking white. And he is going to like lose his job if he starts telling people he's black, or like you don't get any of like the college admissions, like none of that is coming your way.
I'm not getting that anyways.
Well, if you were like you'd get some of the perks if you were actually a black dude.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, it is weird because Bizzle is the kind of dude where if he wants to go around telling people he's black, I know I'm not really the arbiter of if this is okay or not, but
I'm not going around and saying it. I'm just saying if you
okay.
were to ask me, like I would say like I'm more black than I am white.
Are you okay with that, Court?
You know what? That's his journey.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different.
You're more
Because-
black than you are white. Continue.
You know what? I love you, brother.
Thank you.
And I want you to know that you are in no way, shape, or form
black.
black.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm just talking about my heart and my soul.
I want you to, find some honey glazed turkey, right? Sliced. Hold it up next to your skin.
Yeah.
If it look the same, you ain't black.
I don't even think it would be honey glazed. I think it would just be plain.
Nah, you could pass for like Puerto Rican or something. I'll claim Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
If I
maybe
was
you'd be
you.
better off claiming like a slightly less obvious race. Like if you were to tell people like I'm 25% Cuban, I bet you could pull that off.
Cuban, a little bit of Cherokee.
Yeah, Cuban
Yeah.
be.
No, I do have like some Cherokee in my family, but like I'm from North Carolina. There's a lot of Cherokee around that area.
Yeah, that's all you need, dude. Yeah.
BIPOC.
Mm.
But okay, so besides Catfish apparently getting fired from this job, which I need to confirm that with him, what else resulted from this wild podcast episode?
I've had a lot of people have reached. It actually took me about 3 weeks of responding to messages from people telling me like all sorts of stuff, like how I inspired them to keep going, and a lot of people were asking me to come back and or to even start my own podcast, and a lot of music producers hit me up. They're like, there's people sending me beats. It's just whole lot more movement. My life, I'm still
Movement.
poor and I'm still struggling, like in my daily life, but I finally got some movement. We're going in the right direction.
Where you been staying?
Oh, I live in a van. I live in a Honda Odyssey with my dog.
Well, that's hip now.
No, it's not.
So you drove out here
That's van life,
Yeah.
dude.
from the East Coast?
Uh-huh. And I've been living it for like 15 months. I can't
Whoa.
find nowhere with my dog. Like, she's a pit bull. Don't nobody want to.
Oh, she's a chick?
Yeah, I mean, it's a female.
Wow, so they won't take you because you have a dog?
Yeah, I mean, unless I had like the extra bread. I ain't got that.
I would have said, fuck the dog.
Nah, man, I love that dog. That dog holds me together.
Do
I
you?
hear that.
Well, did you ever start looking at the dog a little different after like 3 straight weeks on the road, crossing the Kansas state line?
Nah,
Bizzle, you never,
nah,
you never, you know?
nah.
You
What about when he got a red lipstick going?
You ever put some lipstick on the dog?
No.
No, the dick looks like a lipstick.
Oh, the cock. When your dog gets,
Oh yeah, but
it's a
he-
chick,
he has a
dude.
chick.
It's a chick.
Oh, fuck.
That's why it's perfect. You
You
know?
had a better
You don't want to
point.
take a sample of the pit bussy?
No.
What about when she's ovulating?
Oh my God, I got her fixed. I learned real quick because she's.
Does that stop her ovulation cycle though?
You got her
Oh, yeah.
pregnant?
Oh no. I mean,
no more of that.
Just imagine.
I
Imagine
can't
that you-
afford any more abortions, Betsy.
Imagine you wake up in a van with a dog that's on its period.
Oh, hungover, fucking your cock still wet
Like,
from the night before.
You remember in the Casino movie when that dude woke up with a horse head in his bed?
That's
Yes.
Godfather.
That's what I woke up.
That's
Well, that was an act of revenge, right? Or it was really, they were
Nah,
trying to
that
scare
was
the
just
shit
what
out of him.
happens.
Why does your dog have such a heavy flow?
yeah. Come
I
on.
don't know.
You heard of Tampax, dude?
Yeah.
It's a dog. You don't put no Tampax in a dog.
Well, if
So
you're
you use a
responsible.
pad then.
Yeah, come on, man.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I didn't know it was coming. It
Or
was
a
the first
diaper.
one.
You know what a Diva cup is?
No.
You should look into it, man. It'll
Yeah.
just
Diva cup.
collect that blood.
Bro, it's crazy. So there's this cup. They put it inside their vagina and it catches the blood. And then at the end of the day, they take the cup out and it's a cup of blood. It's like a
I
little.
bet that smells good.
It's like a teaspoon of blood in that shit.
Not,
That's
pause,
crazy.
not.
And a real woman will shoot it after. We should summarize real quickly just the issue with Bizzle and Catfish. I don't know if we did that. It's
Yeah.
a really interesting listen, the original podcast. But basically, Catfish and Bizzle, you start the podcast thinking there's going to be this kind of ambiguous, like, he made a good point, he made a good point. I get why they hate each other. But then it sort of becomes clear that Bizzle here rode a bicycle across the country like basically Forrest Gump, a one-eyed Forrest
idiot.
Gump. And then
I
you
had 2 eyes back then.
of course. You maybe hitchhiked a couple of passages. The cops were like, hey, you got to get off this road. They gave you a ride. And this dude, Catfish, just made it like the driving mission in his life to fuck with you
To bury me in the ground.
because you like got a couple rides during this cross-country trip.
Maybe.
And
we haven't quite figured out why he did it. But we think it might be jealousy.
I mean, it was definitely something where, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like Catfish is a dude where I've seen him kind of like torch opportunities in his life on crazy whims. Like I'm not even saying this to talk shit about him because this is just facts. But when I first went to China with him, in I think 2011 maybe, we go there and he's like an X Games announcer, right? So he announces at the fucking contest, and it's a good check. It's like keeps
Yeah.
him in the industry, etc. And there's one of the other main hosts, like pretty much the main host, is this guy Sal Masekela, who you may remember from watching the X Games back in the day. And he has kind of moved on, I think, from action sports, but he has like roots in action sports and has been doing different hosting work since back in the day or whatever. But Catfish in this Chinese hotel just decides that he is going to go on Twitter and accuse Sal Masekela of being basically a person who's profiting from nepotism because his father was. You probably think I'm going to say something like action sports related, right? No, his father, I believe, was a jazz musician.
Oh, yeah.
What impact or influence the jazz community could have on the X Games, I would assume, is almost no leverage.
They don't even play jazz at the X Games.
I think of them as about as separate as you could get in terms of cultures, right? But like this didn't stop Catfish from going on a crazy rant and attacking Sal Masekela and saying he didn't deserve to have this job. It's not like they had personal issues or anything like that. It was just this is how he was feeling at the time. And I remember sitting there and just being like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you got to chill. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've talked to Sal now. He's a nice guy and everything, but I didn't even know him at the time. And I'm just like, why would you do this? Guess what? He got fired from the fucking job. And like, you know, that should have been obvious to anybody before he even did it. But I say all that just to say the way he kind of flipped the script on Bizzle, it's not like there's no previous time that this happened.
Yeah.
There's a precedent for this.
Yeah.
And how could you say anything negative about good old Bizzle here? I mean,
Yeah, I like this guy.
Thank you.
how can you not?
Thank you.
Nah, you
I
cool as hell,
appreciate
man.
that.
At first, when you said I can't sit here because it's dark over here, and then you pointed in my direction, I thought something totally different.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, but it's cool. I
Yeah.
realized you was actually missing an
Yeah.
eye, so it wasn't racism.
Yeah.
Is it? I feel like it's easier to be racist with one eye though, because that's like
I don't know.
it's like I mean you're like more of like a pirate,
No, let's
Like a
unpack that.
a
Let's
crazy
unpack that.
vagrant. Let's talk about that, Court. Or I wonder if by percentage people with one eye are more or less likely to be racist.
Huh. Well, a black guy took my eye, and I'm not racist.
Wow, that's actually
Did
impressive.
that take any self-control at a certain time?
For what?
Like, was there a part of you that wanted to sort of blame it on
On
the
black
whole
people?
group?
From
Because
the
like
community.
a lesser man might be
Nah.
tempted, right?
Liam Neeson.
And even
you
I've
know that
had-
story?
And I've
do
even
you
had people tell me like that it's because like I grew up like around like the black culture, and like if I hadn't had grown up like that, I would just let that man take my lighter, and I could have still had an eye today.
A lot
And
of people
I'm
would
okay
have
with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That's just the way it is. Like I'm not going to let somebody steal my lighter like that.
A lighter like flick fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the deal.
The
It got-
dude had just got out of jail, and I hate to like drag you through the one eye trauma
sorry.
over and over, but it was like he goes to like a restaurant, right, and he's just kicking it with a bunch of people, and a guy asks him for his lighter. He uses the lighter and he puts it back in his pocket, which I'm sure you know this is like a real subtle way of telling somebody they're a bitch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's
so
in South Philly. You don't do that.
yeah, he wasn't about to back down, so he kept grilling the dude like, "Give me the fucking lighter." He gives him the lighter, and then he runs up from behind when he's not looking and jams a fucking knife into his eye.
Steak knife.
Ah, okay, yeah. So this wasn't over
Yeah.
a lighter. The lighter was just symbolic.
Yeah.
Side note, I just want to throw this out there. I'm a huge Pooh Shiesty fan. I've been listening to Pooh Shiesty for the last year or two. It just popped into my head. This is a real Pooh Shiesty lyric from the song "Who Is Him" with Gucci Mane. Hop out on the slammer with this chopper like I'm Sean Kemp.
Wow.
Rappers predicting the future.com. Like this song was recorded years ago. Do you know who Sean Kemp is? Sean Kemp is an NBA player. He's
Yeah.
53. I don't know anything about him except for the fact that I remember his name from my childhood because he was probably like at the height of his career when I was, you know, in or high school, I guess. And it emerged last night that he had been arrested and the cops picked him up for a drive-by shooting.
What?
Now that sounded like the craziest thing I ever fucking heard in my life, right? Because
52?
he's 53.
53?
Usually when you think about a drive-by shooting, aren't you usually thinking about like a younger person?
It's a 35 and under crime.
A person who maybe like doesn't have anything to lose,
Yeah.
like probably not somebody who was a successful NBA
It's like
player.
15 to 23 range.
Bro, if you're a legend in the NBA, you still got all kinds of opportunities. You could still go do autograph signings. He's probably got plenty of shit he could be doing, right? So
Kids camps, teach them.
a video, yeah, sure. A video emerged. Like if you can't make $100,000 a year at 53 as Sean Kemp, then I think you're fucking up.
Mhm.
Like there's got to be some shit for you to do.
Personally, Sean Kemp fucked up my parlay because I had Dennis Rodman doing the drive-by at plus 600. And the shit just did not fall through.
You'll get a hit for a DUI before he even gets to
That's-
fire a
that's
shot.
Maybe
Dennis
Ron
Rodman in real
Artest with a
life.
rape at minus 750.
What did you say?
I saw Dennis Rodman in real life.
Yeah.
in Newport Beach. It was bad. I felt so bad for him. Like he was like linked out on heroin and stuff. I felt sad.
Heroin?
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
You think he's on heroin?
got to be because there was this guy, and this guy was like trying to act like he was his manager, but you could tell it was the guy that was probably feeding him.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, because okay, when I interviewed Dennis Rodman, we had to reschedule like 3 times before it actually happened because they kept telling me that he was getting drunk as fuck in the morning. And then when you see the video of him going to North Korea and kicking it with Kim Jong Un and stuff, well, I don't think he really got to kick it with him, but that was the
Nah, he
story.
did.
Yeah. niggas
I know
hanging out.
Right, he
another
was
guy
on
that went with him, the 8th wonder, Antoine Scott.
But they were supposed to spend more time together, and it never ended up happening because Rodman got so wasted that basically Kim Jong Un didn't want anything to do with it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have never heard the heroin rumor, but I mean that's interesting.
Oh yeah, it was very obvious, and the guy that was acting like his manager, I mean, he had the whole tweaker skin going on.
Really?
Oh, he was walking with somebody who looked like a character
Yeah.
of that ilk.
No,
Alright.
because Dennis was over there just literally like this in a chair, and I walked
Slumped
up and I
over.
was like, "Yo, Dennis, you okay?" And then this
Yo,
little short guy, he comes up and he's like, "Hey, like you got to go. He doesn't like anyone around." And I'm like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm his manager." And I was like, "Oh man!" And I was like, "Damn!" And I just
Yeah.
walked off.
Hey, Biz, I got a little something I'm going to spark up right now. Can I borrow your lighter?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you,
Don't burn
man.
your eyeball out.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I've accidentally almost done that.
Oh. What? He can't see what you're doing. I don't
Yeah, you
think.
really left it to the cameraman to catch you doing that. Hopefully they got it. I don't
Doing
know.
what?
Oh, good.
Oh, you little bastard! Give me my lighter back.
What are you going to do about it? Mike, give me a steak knife.
I'm gonna beat you with your shoe. Give me it
He's
back.
trying to
Fucking
steal
prick.
Bizzle's lighter.
Don't beat him with the
Oh my
nondescript
god,
knife.
what an asshole!
Bizzle, if Putin started ringing you up like he dug your pants, he liked your shirt that says everything sucks, he was like, oh, I want to meet this man.
Yeah.
And he puts you on a private jet to Moscow. Are you going to be like Putin's Dennis Rodman?
He gonna have to come with some money.
Shut up, dude. Some
Yeah.
guy, you're
he's got money.
fucking wearing some guy's pants.
I'm sorry, but it's Russia, and you want me to go meet with like the guy who puts people under the ground for no reason? Like he just does that. He's like, "Oh, let's do this." you
No,
know?
but he doesn't kill him for
Like,
no reason. He kills him because they're like talking shit about him because those are
I'm
his
saying
political
no
enemies.
reason, like nonchalantly.
But you're not his political enemy. I don't think Putin has any sort of motivation to come at you.
But what if I go over there and I like just, I don't know, I'm having a little bit too much fun, and I touch a titty I ain't supposed to. Who knows?
You're Putin's guest, dude. That's his favorite thing.
He probably gonna give me some titty now that I
Of
think of it.
course.
I bet Putin has escorts on deck for anybody who visits him. Like, oh hey, like that's like me offering you a mint or like, oh you want some chips before we like go out or something. Like,
Yeah.
hey Danny, there's a room full of prostitutes right over here that you can go bang one. Actually, honestly,
I'd
if I
go
did
fuck
have that kind of dynamic going, that would probably like really increase my social status.
Oh, dude, that's Jeffrey Epstein 101.
Well, okay, not I'm thinking fully grown adults, but
You're no fun. Listen, Bizzle, the chicks in Russia will blow your mind.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've watched my share of the Russian Pornhub section. I know what the fuck they got going on.
What kind of
over there.
porn? Can we ask Bizzle what kind
I
of
would
porn
love
he
to know.
enjoys?
Yeah, besides onlyplugtalk.com.
Let's see. That's very complicated. I have a very wide variety. I'd say I lean more towards very, very big fake titties. I love big fake titties.
Who's your favorite in that regard? Amy Anderson, Wendy
Oh,
Whoppers.
I love Amy Anderson, but I even go with fucking Danielle Derrick's old
Oh,
ass.
okay. Dude, you
Yeah.
need to look up Pandora Peaks. Hey, Mike, can you pull up Pandora Peaks for our guy here?
The fact that you guys know more 90s porn stars than me is pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the big fake titties thing that Bizzle finds himself interested in, that is a 90s phenomenon.
It's called being a bimbo.
Because I think
Yeah.
I think like the health consequences are so drastic that doctors have started to maybe lose their license for doing it. Here we're gonna have my girl. That's not even a flattering picture, but I can tell Bizzle's gonna be into it.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I think
Say
that-
something about Pandora.
Great app.
The
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Pandora. I know a Pandora Blue. I've watched her stuff. She's all right. She ain't really my type. I fuck with Madison Ivy Hard. I love Luna Star. Fucking Ebony Mystique. I mean, I'll go into the Asian too. Like I'm pretty like wide range. Like I don't really give a fuck.
So do you have like a favorite? Like, are you
If
like,
I
in
had
the
to go
mood for
with
black?
one-
You're in the mood for Asian? Like, do you switch it up?
If I had to go for one and one only, it would be big titty platinum blonde.
Mm.
But you know, I have interviewed. I don't think I've really fucked any girls with any like the insane fake tit thing going, but there are a lot of girls who have that, and it's like that's their thing is that they are the ones still rocking it. Because I remember when I first got a porno magazine when I was in elementary school, and that was like the main thing is that you look through this shit and it's like the girls just had fake cans out to here.
I'm not into that.
What's your type?
Weird way to live.
Porn.
I like black women squirting, but favorite porn star I probably would say Skin Diamond. I like that chick.
Yeah, I like her.
Can you pull her up for me, Mike?
Skin diamond.
When you like black chicks, because are you looking for like ass, tits, anything in particular, like thinner black chicks? Like, what's your type within that? Because we all know porn. Just saying a race of girl isn't enough. I need more description.
I just like cute chicks. Honestly, like, any chick that's fine, and then any chick that does anal is my kind of chick. And then you don't find a lot of black women that do anal. So Skin Diamond is a hot ass black chick that take it up the butt.
Right here.
Yeah,
That's Skin Diamond.
Yeah.
She's current.
Yeah, I think she played guitar or some shit like now, because on Instagram she goes like Raylan Joycat.
She looks
don't
super hot.
post. Yeah, she's hot as fuck. She still works though, but I think she does her own shit. Like she got a platform called skinfucks.com or something like that.
Skin
But
fuck.
Very
it's
subtle.
nothing like
Skin fucks.
onlyplugtalk.com.
She's hot, dude. She's really hot.
Ooh, I love a girl with the side of her head shaved.
Sounds
That,
like a name from the Superbad movie.
that makes me feel like she listens to
Skinfucks.com?
Skrillex.
Yeah, she does, bro. She was born in Germany. Like she's like she's not the regular black porn star dude. Like
Do we attribute the shaved side of the head thing to Skrillex though, or is there deeper references?
That's probably a Christy Mack beginning.
Oh yeah, but you think she was an EDM head?
No.
I feel like Skrillex beat her to the shaved head look.
What?
And then War Machine beat Christy Mack.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. That was I was at.
wow.
I'm fucking sorry. I didn't mean to insult Christy. Fuck War Machine. Fuck War Machine. I watched that guy go crazy over Twitter, and it was very entertaining.
He was like a mid UFC fighter, or was he even in the UFC?
He was
He was in it for,
bottom
like, a
tier.
week.
He was, right?
Very bottom tier, and the only reason he had any notoriety is because
Beat Christy Mack.
no, well, that too.
Yeah, basically.
But he was like a reality television star when he was on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Because he would cry all the time and he was clearly emotionally unstable, which just means ratings. And mean you're like the worst thing you can be in the UFC is just like a guy from Dagestan who's just
Yeah.
like, I like make punch.
I was trying to explain that to my girl the other day.
That's nobody likes that.
I
though.
was explaining it the other day that like
somebody up.
basically like as a UFC fighter, your value is determined by not only your record and how able to win you are and how entertaining you are to watch fight, but that also your ability to speak and to some extent your ethnicity seems like it does kind of come into play. I don't think it's directly because of the ethnicity, because like you could have a dude from fucking Thailand, but if he speaks incredibly well, I feel like it's likely that he's gonna be really popular. You just feel bad for the Brazilian dudes who like are not able to communicate on stage, and I feel like it's really hard for them to gain fan bases, right?
If I see a Russian, I'm gonna be like, that motherfucker's gonna win.
That's why Putin loves you.
Yeah. Oh god damn. You right. I'm gonna get abducted. It's gonna be all your fault.
Yo,
you,
maybe-
you better abduct him too, Putin.
Have you ever done a 23andMe? Maybe you might be Russian.
What is that? Oh, that's where you find out.
What's
I know
that?
what I am.
What's
I'm actually a
23andMe?
direct descendant of one of the founding fathers of this country. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. Like
You just don't know who.
Which one? Yeah.
John Quincy Adams.
Shut the fuck up.
the fuck?
He
Okay.
was the first the first president, and then there was a second president, both with the same name, and the second one was John Quincy's son.
Who had more slaves?
Shit, I don't know. But he was the guy who wrote the Declaration of Independence.
You know, this might be because he's claiming that he might be part black. Maybe he's the illegitimate son of John Quincy Adams with a slave.
I wish I'll be better than fucking where I actually came
I
from.
feel like we're a few generations removed.
Yeah, for sure.
Quite a few. The John Quincy Adams blood and the high IQ has been diluted, clearly. Sorry. I'm sorry.
How
That's
dare
fucked
you?
up.
I love it. I like Bizzle a lot.
Yeah, I
dude.
don't even take that day at all. I'm Bills. I'm starting my own shit.
Oh, yeah,
Bills?
because I
Yeah.
saw him arguing with a rapper named Bizzle.
I fucking hate that guy.
Why,
I've hated
what?
him for so long.
Really?
I was so glad that I finally got to say something.
Wow. So, okay, I'm looking at my Instagram comments and I see that there's a rapper named Bizzle, and I actually Googled it and saw that he had like some interview back in the day and stuff. So he's not totally irrelevant. I don't know if he's like a thing or not, but he's basically like, how fucking dare you to have this fake ass Bizzle on your podcast? And Bizzle's in there replying. It's like I called you Bizzle in the title, but I guess that's not how you would have preferred for it to be titled.
No, I want to be Wild Bills, Bilz.
Got it.
Yeah.
That is a cool name, but I also feel like Bizzle is just
I
want to
be Bizzle, but that fucking guy has it trademarked.
Let him take your Bizzle.
Yeah,
He's been around since I was a baby.
Let's go to war. What's
So
your last
what?
name? What's your last name?
You just heard it.
What is it?
Adams.
Adams.
Bizzle.
I didn't know it fucking made its way down. Yeah, it doesn't work. It needs to be a consonant to
Is
be
that a
like an
direct
izzle.
descendant?
That first podcast in mine and Adam's mind,
that part.
that did a lot for the branding of Bizzle. So it's gonna be hard for us to let this go.
My favorite thing from that is like I like to joke around and do comedy. And my favorite thing from that
He's
is
so
like,
innocent. I love him.
some girl, she said, Bizzle is like 40 and I find him attractive. I'm over here like, bitch, I'm 31, but thank you. Like,
You got city miles.
yeah, the reason that for sure.
City
And
Wild.
because I've lived a lot, so I got wisdom. And a lot of my friends, like Reggie Huggins, are running for fucking goddamn New York.
Reggie Huggins.
Shout out Reggie.
Running
out
for
Reg.
congressman in New York.
Did he respond to your endorsement?
Oh yeah, I talk to Reggie every day. That's my.
Did he make a reel about it and post it on his Instagram?
I don't know.
He
So
should.
this
He
is-
should be happy to.
Reggie Huggins is a politician in New York City. Which district was he running for Congress?
He's not a politician yet. He's actually an old school music producer from like Motown, like worked with Mary J. Blige, Casey and JoJo. And now he's older, and he's like, damn, like I've lived for a long time now. Like, not trying to say you ancient Reggie, but I lived for a long time now, and like I'm not seeing things getting better. I'm seeing people hurt more. Like there's still hurt and it's growing. So he's like, I got to make something, I want to leave here and in a better place. He's still got a while. He's probably still got, 40 years on this earth.
What are Mr. Huggins' policies?
Hugs.
I don't even know if he knows yet. I just,
Hugs?
Yeah.
Hugs, not
Sports
drugs.
Hugs. That's he was looking at his own name one time and he thought to himself, damn, I should endorse Hugs.
He should. No,
I like the hug platform.
I told him
Inner
that,
city hugs, dude.
I told him that they really need to focus on the homeless problem and the group home systems.
Smarty.
Because
yeah.
like I was one of those kids that aged out at 18 out of group home, and then you just on the streets. Where the fuck you gonna go? And that happens every day. Thousands of kids are being put out on the streets. There needs to be something in place for these kids. Like that's a lot of homeless people you see out in the streets. These are people that were in that system, and now they ain't got no family still, and they out on the street.
What are the conditions like in a group home?
Oh man, it's violent. I'm surprised I didn't lose an eye in there. I was fighting in there like every single day, sometimes 2-3 times a day. I mean, I've been hit with a candle in the face, like one of them big ass glass candles.
Like Clue, dude.
I've been hit with
Candlestick.
probably like a 5 or 6 foot metal pipe that was like that
Like Clue, dude. It was like Colonel Mustard hit you with that one?
Right?
No, that motherfucker's name was Alan that hit me with that. And I've been
Damn.
beat with metal chairs. I once hit somebody one time so hard with a skull ring on. We weren't allowed to have jewelry after that it got embedded in my knuckle and they had to surgically remove it.
The ring?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he actually had a print. He was in that group home for years after that, and he still had that print in his fucking head. Like, I hit the fucking shit out of him. I choked him so hard that my boy Craig that worked there, he wasn't that much older than us. And so I respected him. And he literally like saw me choking him out, let me do my thing. But it got to the point where Craig said, yo, you're about to kill him. And at that point, it probably at least was 30 seconds in between heartbeats that I felt in his neck.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know why I did it? Is because this is the group home shit right here. I woke up. This motherfucker had knocked on my door. I opened the door. He is laying on the ground with gold bond powder. Boom! In the face. He comes in my room. I'm fucking gold bond powder, man. That shit is minty as fuck. It burns the fuck out of your shit. And it's all up in my nose and my mouth is fucked.
Well, he used it as a weapon?
Yeah.
It was like a prank, right?
No, because we fought every day. Like, that
Oh.
was our thing. And I was always the one that came out on top. So he had to do some underhanded shit every time. So then he comes in my room, take my metal folding chair from my desk, beat the shit out of me with it. And then fucking after that, we weren't allowed to have chairs or desks.
Or jewelry.
Yeah,
So he
we weren't
sprayed-
allowed to play basketball no more at
Or
one point.
candlesticks, or
couldn't go to the
pipes, or
library.
basketballs.
We couldn't do nothing.
He
Yeah.
sprayed you with the Gold Bond powder and then beat you with a chair.
Yeah, and then I went and washed all the shit off my face, and I remember my lip was so fucking swollen to split open, blood is.
Yeah.
And I went out and I said, "Yo, Craig, I'm gonna kill him." And Craig just.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where the referee was. Craig was the referee.
Yeah, and Craig was like, just gave him the head nod because he saw like what happened. He's like, "You don't fucking," it's like jail in there, honestly.
Hey guys, you're not gonna believe it. Sledgelords got a sponsor. This episode is brought to you by BlueChew. You've heard me talk about them a bunch of times before, but basically, if you're a guy who needs a little bit of extra confidence in the bedroom, BlueChew is going to help get you there. And there are some great, great things about this, like the fact that it gets delivered straight to your house. All you have to do is head on over to BlueChew.com and you can consult with some of their medical providers who are basically going to tell you what dosage you need and what product would be best for you.
And we know what you're thinking. Like, oh, does this stuff work? Well, Adams feels way harder and thicker when he gives it to me. So yeah, it works.
Yeah, guys, and they also have a new style out there. It's called Vardenfil mint flavored chewables, and the active ingredients in Levitra and Staxin are involved, so you can stay hard and fresh at the same time. So if you don't like swallowing pills or anything, these are a great option for you.
Has it ever been easier to be a great lovemaker?
No, Danny, it hasn't. And they actually get delivered to your house in discreet packaging. So if you've got a nosy mailman or a friend who likes to look at your mail or anything, don't worry. It's not going to be obvious to them what you're getting into, even though there is nothing to be ashamed of in terms of needing a little bit of help in the bedroom.
Would you say, Adam, that BlueChew, they are the general in a sexual revolution?
I think that is fair to say, in fact. And in fact, it's so fair to say that we have a special deal for our listeners. Try BlueChew free when you use our promo code Sledgelords at checkout. That's BlueChew.com. And you just are going to pay $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com and use the promo code Sledgelords to receive your first month for free.
And I went to jail as a minor with grown men 7 times before that age of 18. And the first time I went in was probably around the age of 13.
Damn, you couldn't run?
Nah, because you would fight in the group home, and then sometimes I would take it just way too fucking far.
And they would send you to jail.
Yeah, that's punishment.
Oh.
Yeah. And one time in jail, I actually got into a rap battle with this guy in there, and I fucking I murdered his ass with it. And then
He's
an amazing rapper.
Yeah, I heard that he's a really good rapper.
And I wrote a rap out there while I was waiting on y'all. I wrote the beat and everything.
You down to perform it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, in there after I beat his ass with the rap, the next day out on his fucking hour
Did
break.
they ban raps after that?
Yeah.
No rhyming.
No rhyming. No Dr. Seuss.
No riddles.
The next day, that man's out on his hour little lockout. He's supposed to be taking his shower and shit, but nah, this man had taken a shit in his damn toilet, had his little cup, boom, came up to my cell,
Glock Dookie.
boom.
Get the fuck out of here. A real life
He invented the Glock
Dookie.
Dookie. Holy shit.
Hit me, wow, all the way up and down. In my mouth.
How good was this freestyle?
It was beyond phenomenal, and it was legendary.
I love this guy.
I guarantee you, everybody that was in there back then, I was the notorious MC Big Bizzle back then, and I was 17 at that time. And I guarantee you, everybody on that damn block remembers my ass from that rap. So anyway, he throws the shit in me. I'm like, fuck that. So like the next day, I'd already been talking with my cellie all night. I was like, yo, I know, like I've seen the damn fucking TV shows. I know you can bust this damn door open. Someone has to know. Like, we got to figure this out. He's like, I know how to do it. And it's like, you take a little Bible, put it in there, jam it. And like, it was an old ass system. You might not be able to do that no more. But you jam it. So then this guy comes out the next day for his break. I was fucking ready. I had taken off the top half of my jumpsuit and I ripped it up into pieces, and I'd taken my damn soap bars and fucking like chopped them up and wrapped my hands in them and wrapped them up. I had these big ass orange clobbering things. I looked like the damn clobber, and I had my big old gut out.
The clobber?
Bitch. Yeah, and I even had made a belt. I was like a little designer. I had made a belt to keep my bottoms on because I knew it was gonna get tough out that bitch. And so he comes out. I run out, like bust the door open, run out. Everybody just screams, run! Because I'm big. Like, he was not big enough to handle me.
Are you still covered in feces at this point?
Oh, no, this is the next day.
Hey, what's up with the soap?
The soap made it harder.
But you were like so serious.
That's why I wrapped it up in the soap. I made like concrete fucking gloves.
You didn't want to take the chance that you might punch this dude and have a fucking bone break in your hand. And
no,
not
I
be able
wanted to fucking put him in the goddamn concrete and him never get up again.
See, it seems
I
to
hear
me.
that.
Seems to me like a fist would be more effective
Shit on
than
me
like
and it goes in my mouth.
a dove bar.
It went in your mouth, Bizzle?
Yeah. So then like
what
I
you
run.
was doing when he threw the shit? He's like, no.
I was probably
He was
fucking,
yodeling.
I was probably rapping while he was doing it. But anyway,
ain't learned.
I run down the stairs, and as soon as I get down to the bottom, he was already down there, like looking around, like, oh fuck, I don't know where to go. And then as soon as I got right close to him, he was right by the shower, and there just so happened to be a mop there, but it didn't have the strings attached to it. It was just a stick in the metal, and he picked it up, and like apparently they said that it went boom, hit me in the head, blood just, and then I'm sitting there like this. They said I was just sitting there for like a couple minutes like that, and then the guards came in and chased him back in his cell, hit him with 3 the shooter tasers, hit him with 3 of them bitches, and then they took me and woke up in the hospitals, fucking staples, all that bullshit, and then I went back, and I was a legend when I got back. Like everybody fucking loved me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you scared of prison?
I'm not. I'm. Everybody should be scared of prison.
But if you were
I'm
in
not
there,
gonna
you
say
feel
I'm
like
not.
do you feel like you would thrive in that environment?
Nobody can thrive in prison unless you're an animal.
Did you see drugs?
I know somebody right now. I won't say his names because it could get me killed. But I got a boy right now doing 3 life sentences. And to be exact with you, this man, he is an animal. He is a killer. He is a gunman. That's what he does. And fucking like he probably thrives in there. And and to be honest with you, he's better. The world is better off like with him in there.
I'm pissed Bizzle didn't get any revenge. Like you got just knocked out with a mop handle when you ran down there ready to do battle.
He started it. He beat him in the rap battle.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, they
That's
took
victory.
him,
It can't be erased.
They took him from there and then took him to a higher facility. Like they took him from a whole nother facility.
So, Court, what you're saying it was justified what happened to Bizzle because of that rap beating.
No.
I kind of
shit
agree,
on
dude. I
nobody.
mean, if it's a violent enough tongue lashing.
Wait, what I
man-
want to know is, did you battle anyone after that?
Oh yeah, not in jail. I was
Oh,
I was
okay.
probably only in there for maybe a week after that. I was in there for like 3 weeks. Every time they put me in there, it's 3 weeks.
So you was ready to kill this guy and turn 3 weeks into 25?
I was in the group
Years.
home, man. I had nothing to live for.
I understand that.
So that's how people
I
need
would
to
have been happy
understand.
to die.
This is why BMX means a lot to Bizzle and why Catfish was
And that's
so widely
also-
lampooned for, you know,
That's-
threatening his appreciation. Because
Yeah.
you feel like BMX in a way saved you?
Yeah, and that's also why you get more of the white guy from me now. Because when I got out the group home, these white BMXers came and snatched my ass up. But for a long time, all I had was black. That was all I had. And then these people came and like showed me like the craziest world ever. Like took me traveling. I was from North Carolina, from a small town. Like no one goes anywhere.
Damn, that shit did save your life. I
It
fully
did.
understand it now.
And I was running with gangs at the time. Like it was fucking bad. Like I was literally like the week I met them, I probably did like 2 B&Es. Like it was like not a good path I was walking.
When the white guys came and scooped you up, and you said they showed you a whole new world, were they showing you like the world of hors d'oeuvres and 3-piece suits and good credit scores?
A lot of gay jokes.
Like gay jokes?
That's not gay.
White dudes make gay
He's
jokes.
implying that they, oh, you're saying they were making, okay, I thought you were suggesting that.
You know, white dudes like making gay jokes. I don't know why,
I
but they
noticed
do.
that.
Oh, yeah, that's real. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
Hey, but I feel like you could throw some gay jokes in there. Do you feel like you can play both sides that well?
Pause.
Good point.
Yeah, the wording. But yeah, I have great gay jokes. Wonderful. Gay jokes. Like because I'm good at jokes.
Yeah.
But gay jokes, you gotta think about everything that's been said and really just word it the right way. But yeah, I got a couple of good ones.
Is your Yankees cap, is that a pride cap? It is rainbow.
I pointed that
The
out
lo-
before too. Yeah.
Is that?
Nah, so I make hats, right? And I put a bunch of different
Made
colors.
that?
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Wow.
And you have to.
How do you
have to
put
say that.
like the thread over the letters though?
It's a proprietary secret, but
He's a smart man. He's gonna go on Shark Tank.
basically
He's
it's-
got his Instagram picture as a pin as well.
I do.
Damn.
But yeah, so it's like fabric paint, but I use a fine brush and I brush it. But it's not a pride hat. The original like hat that I made, this is like my 70th hat or some shit. But the first one I made, it was based on a Mexican blanket. Then I started like scrambling the colors up, and now it's like extremely scrambled. It's like the most advanced version of the hat.
That is a Mexican blanket. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
thank
say,
you.
stay off Santa Monica with that lid, buddy.
Adam has got like almost a Mexican blanket going on.
What are you talking about?
Your shirt.
That's this. I feel like I'm not seeing the Mexican flag right here.
Oh.
Nah,
Well,
the
if you
blanket-
match
blanket.
it to the logo on his hat, it's like halfway there.
I have more of like a
Halfway?
pastel
Oh, he
Easter
got one.
vibe.
He got one eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Oh right. Yeah.
yeah.
And you have sunglasses.
Yeah,
on.
yo, set me up on a blind date, dog. I'm fucking halfway there.
I know a blind chick.
But back
She
to the
be fucking.
the comment I was saying earlier about the chick saying that I was 40 and attractive. I thought it would be funny because everybody's asking me to do a podcast if I can change my name to Bizzle 44, and then I do a podcast called No Humper, and then I go around to like old folks' home. And I asked them about their sex lives. Like, I've heard that Miami, like Florida retirement homes, like I heard that shit is bumping. I would love to go down there and interview them people.
A podcast full of interesting conversations about sex with people that nobody would want to have sex with.
I'm with that. That's actually. I want to know what's going on down there. 'Cause
And, you know, I just go in under the guise that I just want to, you know, hang out with some old people, you know, because they ain't got nobody to hang out with. And then get in there and be like, hey, yo, mind if we film? Sign this NDA.
Get some pussy. Would you come after him, Adam, in a legal capacity if he took the name No Humper?
There's
call
already isn't there no humper?
Probably.
Or is it
I
oh
think-
no.
You're talking about little humpers.
Hoe jumper. There's a girl in
Oh.
Vegas who started
I
like
seen
a
that.
escort version of fucking No Jumper, and it's called Hoe Jumper.
You need to do a
Oh, yeah, you gotta
collab.
let her rock. That's
Yeah,
some
she like
fire
asked
shit.
me to go on it, I think, and I remember just looking at the DM and being like, "No, like,
Yeah.
like you have like 30 followers. I don't trust you." No offense to
I'll
her.
go on it if they selling pussy. Like just trade me some pussy.
Yeah.
I would assume that they're in the marketplace, that they at least know some people.
How many pieces of pussy do you need, Court, to travel out to Vegas and do like a hour and a half podcast?
2 in the blowy.
How many nuts you ever busted in a day?
Oh man,
I feel like I need to know this.
nigga, I busted a whole fucking bag of walnuts
Whole
in a
carton.
day. Like I used to like. I don't know for some reason like what was going on with me. I think it was just because this baby oil was so fucking good. It was like this
You was on some shit.
nigga. I'm telling you, and I say that because you black.
Baby oil. Baby oil sounds
Dude,
ridiculous.
it was like some gel baby oil, not gel.
right.
And,
Oh.
and it came in like this like clear tube or whatever, but you squeeze it and the shit was so like viscous. When you tug your dick, it felt like
Should
your
I
hand was
Google
a
that?
vagina.
What is
Viscous?
viscous?
I think it's a play on
define viscous.
viscosity.
Well, they're the same word.
Vicious?
Oh, I thought he said
Nah,
viscous.
Yeah, viscous, like the viscosity of it, like the
Yeah.
the oiliness. Like it felt ideal.
It's
it-
closer to a
viscosity.
solid. It means it's moving from liquid to solid.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle there.
It turns your
Interesting.
hand from palm to pussy.
I have a new word.
Instantly.
I have a new word.
Viscous. Yeah.
Viscous. It's like discus.
Viscous is not a word.
Like you could throw a discus.
Viscosity is.
No, viscous,
viscous
is a word.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, don't come at us like that.
What about Christmas?
I don't know, man.
Christmasity. Christmas. Viscous. Christmas.
Yeah,
That's a rhyme. There you go,
In the
dude.
city, looking at
VISCOUS.
titties in the city, hanging with Diddy. I always stole Diddy's ashtray.
Yeah, what's up with that rap?
What rap?
We want
Trying
you to
to
throw
hear
down.
you spit.
And-
Cuh.
Bizzle, you are a handsome guy.
Oh, thank you.
No, I get why he's gonna be
Yeah.
popular with some chicks.
Yeah. No, I've had some crazy chicks. Like I had this one chick in New York back. I don't know if y'all remember when Instagram first started.
Well, why don't you rap about it? Because I want to hear the rap too.
Well, give me a fucking beat or something.
We could. Well, actually, I don't know. Do we have a beat? We have beats that
a
are already
black guy
cleared
in
from.
here. Okay, yeah.
I mean,
White
I can go get my shit and bust it out. All right. Yeah. I'm chilling with the motherfucking crew. What it do? I'm from the 252, New Bern, NC. That is where my family abandoned me. But now look at me on TV, live. L-I-V-E, live. L-I-V-E, live, and I'm shining. L-I-V-E, live, and I'm shining. With my pants on diamonds.
Keep it going,
Come with the
keep
cello.
going, Keep going. Nah, I got you. I want to fuck a bitch like Doja Cat. She ain't got no eyebrows. This bitch smoking crack. If she do that, make her cooler. I just bought a big ass gun, call it Hasbulla. My new bitch too fucked up, but her ass cooler. We gonna get them fixed as long as she keep on stripping. My father must be a chicken nugget. He keep on dipping.
That was pretty good. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't keep the beat going. I was like, am I really going to have to rap? I was thinking, like, what do you want to say? And usually when I think about rapping, I think about saying something about taking a shit.
Oh, bro.
Or like going in the ocean and taking a shit.
I just had a fucking flashback like a motherfucker. I'm
What?
sorry. All right, so remember last time when we were talking about the Vegas, me and you, when you was doing the shit? I've flashed back and remembered Stevie. I don't know, like, if that's a story we want to bring into that. But
What happened?
A funny Stevie story.
Should we read
So,
out
like,
Stevie like
why
this,
not?
dude?
So when I rolled up in your hotel room, that's when I walked in, and you're literally in the glass shower just with these 3 chicks just going hand Sammy. And then
Good old
That's how you
days.
fuck?
like I migrated to where everybody was
It's like
smoking,
speed
right?
skiing.
Yeah, he was. No,
Cross country
going
skiing.
crazy.
I think it was like 2 chicks. But.
I don't know. It was a lot. It was a big shower too, and it looked like a lot. And yeah, so I migrated to the smoking section where everybody's just chilling, and like we're smoking. All of a sudden, Stevie walks in. He's gone. He's probably off the same shit you was on.
Well, yeah, because you gave us Klonopin.
No, I did
and
not.
you told us that it was Adderall.
I did not. Did not.
Oh, that's
So I definitely did
The
not.
good old
I've
days.
never once had Klonopins. I've had Adderall, so
Whatever you gave me, it made me sleep for 2 days.
I don't
Nice.
think I gave you anything.
Oh.
But anyway, Stevie walks in. He looks lost. Has no shirt. I don't even think he has shoes. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he walks in, like, looks around. He's like, oh, clenched up as shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then walks out. I look at everybody. I'm like, you ain't going to go get Stevie? They're like, oh, nah, he's off. Like, he's gone. He's going to do his own thing. I was like, fuck y'all. And I got up and I went and I searched for Stevie's ass for like an hour. When I find Stevie, Stevie ain't got no damn nothing on. Nothing. No underwear, no pants, nothing.
Where?
He was in the Hard Rock still, like wandering down a hallway.
He's naked walking through the hotel.
Yes, and he's like all stumbly bumbly. And then I fucking so I get him. I just so happen to have board shorts on underneath my pants, which are fucking hilarious because I'm big as fuck. He's little. So like I put these board shorts on him. It looked absolutely ridiculous. And then like I picked him up, put him on my shoulder, and then I go to take him back, but I couldn't get into the elevator because I didn't have a key. He ain't got no pants, so he ain't got no fucking key either. So I'm like, all right, well, shit. You know, like, I was calling, like, you were obviously in the middle of fucking. You ain't picking up a phone. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just
In the middle of fucking 2 or 3 chicks.
Yeah, I'll just take Stevie, like, you know, around with me until someone calls me back.
In board shorts.
Yeah, so I got Stevie on my back, on my shoulder, walking around Vegas with fucking Stevie, having a great time, like, partying still. And then it comes to a point where the sun comes up. I still got Stevie, and I get back to my hotel, but who I'm sharing a room with, he's fucking. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to walk in there with a dude on my shoulder that looks like he's dead. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So, like, I just jump in the pool, and I set Stevie up, like, where he's laid up. It's funny as shit, too, man, because he's, like, in, like, a little kiddie section of the pool in a lounge chair laid out. And fucking the sun rised up, and I had him out there probably like 3-4 hours before like he finally, no, he didn't
Realized
even wake
you
up,
raped him.
but he got sunburnt. I started noticing.
Yeah.
I noticed he got sunburnt, so I took wet towels and I put it over him, and he was just laying there covered in wet towels for a while.
Like it's the ICU or something.
I gotta
the
ask-
burn unit.
No, but it gets better. Gets better.
Well, just let me ask this real quick. Like, between the time you found him in the hallway and then you covered him in towels, you said that you guys were having a great time in Vegas.
I
How
was.
much fun can you have with a passed out guy who's got no credit card or identification?
Yeah, when you on that yay, I was on that yak. I was fucking having.
But look
some-
at what a caretaker he is.
Yeah.
That he just like leapt into action, and everybody else is having fun. I'm apparently fucking a bunch of chicks, and he's just. And for people who wonder what my BMX life was like, this is
Madhouse.
somewhat indicative of
Yeah.
what that time in my life was like. Yeah. Wait. So what happened after this?
The
'Cause
best
this is-
part is, like, finally, like, I start noticing the time, and I'm like, fuck, like, I know he's got to ride. Like, I know he has to ride, like, the show or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to get him back to the Hard Rock. I get him back to the Hard Rock. Literally, the moment we get out the fucking taxi, Uber, whatever the fuck it was, I made it maybe 5 steps with this fucker on my shoulder. And then they came and walked up and like, sir. Like, they thought I had a dead guy. And they had a wheelchair. Like, I don't even know how they came with a wheelchair that quick. And they took him, set him down, like, yeah, we have to take him to the medical, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I'm coming with him. He's like, okay, so we rolled down underneath the Hard Rock. It's crazy. They got like a fucking labyrinth down there.
I used to work at the Hard Rock in
Yeah,
Vegas.
and
I saw him do
Rest in
shit like
peace
this.
to the Hard Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Virgin Hotels. I think they're going to change that even now. But
So then,
Yikes.
they literally, like the
fuck
doctor is
virgins.
looking at him. Probably a couple minutes in, all of a sudden, Stevie just wakes the fuck up. He looks around. He looks at me and goes, "Bizzle, what the fuck?" I was like, "I'm sorry, Stevie. They took you from me, but look, I'm still here." And then he's like, "Fuck this!" And he gets up out the wheelchair and just starts storming out. I'm like, "No, Stevie, this way!" Like, and then we ran out. Yeah.
So this dude was like a BMX rider who rode for the brand and stuff at that
One of
time.
the
And
best in the world. He's
Legit?
So good.
he
Yeah.
lived with me for years and years and years. But I remember around this time period was when I was like, okay, the drinking is a little out of control. I think I need to probably like not live in the same place as you. And then
The funniest part is he's every night because he don't know he was passed out for a long time. He just woke up sunburnt with a Bizzle in a fucking wheelchair. He don't know what
Yeah.
happened. So like every time I've seen him since then, he looks at me like scared, like he's nervous, and I feel so bad because I love him, But little did he know, I was just trying to take care of him, carrying his little ass
the
around.
main thing I remember from that night is that was the first night that I ever fucked a chick while another chick ate my ass. And it really is like a different level of pleasure. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's pretty intense.
to me, because I'm a guy who's only fantasized about something like that, it seems like it would be maybe better to get your ass eaten while you were getting blown, because then your pelvis is stationary.
And see, that is kind of the weird thing about it is that the girl either has to be very committed to keeping her mouth on your asshole, or you have to kind of like put the dick in, let the girl that you're fucking wiggle around on it while the other girl licks your asshole. And so, yeah. But I would say, like, knowing everything I know now, you should not wait until you find women who want to do this kind of stuff. You should take money and buy prostitutes who will do it. But I don't know. Like, are prostitutes really eating ass? I don't know.
Is that
the
to
right price.
avoid any
Just
like
don't eat a
repercussions
prostitute.
or that story surfacing on the internet? Or?
No, more just it's just easy because like what like if you walk into a bar and there's 200 girls in there, like what are the percentage of them that are down to lick your butthole while you fuck their friend?
be
One thing that I'm not even gonna lie, it occurs to me rather often, probably once or twice a month. I don't know why. It just comes out of nowhere. And it's like, I wonder if Blumpkins are real.
Yeah, they are.
They are?
Yeah, shout out to my homegirl.
What do you do if
Shout
that
out to my homegirl Halo from Ohio. Blumpkins are
Do you
real.
marry the chick? Do you run? Because I feel like if a chick is down to give you a Blumpkin, she's gotta like love you. Got to fucking love
What about
you.
that for your rap name, a little Blumpkin?
I used to be an R&B singer called Big Pleasure.
Blumpkin Spice.
Big pleasure is so good. Blumpkin spice. I
I'll
was
bring it
trying to
back
think of
one
one
day.
the whole time. I'm like, there's
Bl-
gotta be a good Blumpkin pun.
Blumpkin spice latte. Do you have a big cock, Biz?
No, I mean I got probably like fucking 9.5 inches. ain't
Shut up.
I'm like fucking
Oh,
six
he
foot
grew- he
four,
grew
so I
up
should
black,
have like
so
a
that's
12-inch
small.
dick.
Can
Is
we
that
see
how
it?
it goes?
I'm
Yeah,
not
we
gonna fucking just
Not
pull
right
out
now,
a
but
dick.
like
You're
you know,
pulling it out, dude. We got to see
if
that.
there
thing.
wasn't a female employee in the room, I'd be happy to take a gander at it right now.
You
But
guys are crazy.
This is we can go over into like the stripper room, but there's two things. It's either
Right.
what
you can
Saying
probably
about white
smell
people-
it from over here.
I'm over here and there's two other white people. They want me to pull out my dick. You don't want me to pull out my dick.
Well, because he has to keep this black illusion of heterosexuality.
Honestly, I'm just sitting here quiet. If he reached for his dick, I'm gonna knock him out.
To be fair, this is his first week here, so it's kind of like he has to, he doesn't want to go all in.
Honestly, I expected way more dicks than I've seen.
Really, we have a lot of separation between church and state when it comes to plug talk and
I'm
no
telling
jumper.
you.
No,
Yeah.
you want to see my dick? You got to get me on Plug Talk.
Well, you know what is my idea that I actually want to do, and it unfortunately will probably have to take place here, is I want to do a 24-hour plug talk orgy where we
What?
basically take all this shit out of here, turn this into like a sex set, and then we go live on OnlyFans for a long, maybe not 24 hours, maybe the first one will be like 8 hours or something, but then we could have a live stream going in the other room on the Plug Talk YouTube. So as the girls and the guys exit the orgy, they can just pop into the podcast and talk about what they just did.
little recap.
I'm
That is
determined to
genius.
make this happen, but I say all that because we will have to absolutely make sure that all the No Jumper employees are nowhere near. It'll probably be more of a weekend.
Oh,
thing.
dude, have me. I'll do play by play. Like Adam 22 now putting his erect penis in Adriana Chechik's asshole. Oh,
Can we-
come shot.
Can we skip
Dude, you
Bayless
sound
and
like a
Shannon Sharp
announcer.
this shit, man? I think we might be good announcers for that one.
Listen, never bet against Adam Grand Mason when it comes to coming all over an OnlyFans girl's face. I'm trying to use like my Tom Brady.
I like
Skip
the idea
Bayless,
of it
like,
because part of me would want to pop a perk and just be fucking for like the full 8 hours, even though I know I really don't have to do that. Like I could just get like different people to do it. But like I feel like it might be a time to challenge myself. And by perk, I mean BlueChew.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Which, speaking of, segue into an ad. Can you give me a little Shannon Sharp right now? Like,
I've always wanted to try BlueChew. Have you done that?
Yeah, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
I figured it would be fun.
Like, you should, as Shannon Sharp, slam on Bizzle's sexual performance.
I want to fucking get a damn... I saw Sharp, a video of him the other day. He is cool. I like him.
Yeah,
I want to get
Two
a
different
BlueChew
Sharps here.
and then just like set up water bottles and stuff and then just walk around. Maybe get like a 360 table with a whole bunch of water bottles and maybe do like a domino type effect. Just walk around. Just knock all the bottles down.
With your wiener?
Yeah, that'd be fun as shit.
It's 9.5 incher, dude.
Yeah, but if you got that fucking BlueChew, you got like a goddamn, I'm talking about a piece of concrete. Like you can break shit
What
with
about
it.
with the fact that him and Flacco claim to have the same measurement?
Oh, yeah, we got to figure this out.
Flacco says I'm 9.5 inches in girthy.
I got a guy in Harmony,
Yo,
Flacco.
Flacco thighs is too big to have a long dick. I feel like his thighs eat up most of his dick.
If he lost a bunch of weight, his dick would probably get like 2 inches longer.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. See now, visibly, you're only going to see 7 inches of my dick. But if you push the cushion, there's another 3 in there.
I don't know if you can count that, right?
Dude, I think also with one eye, I think you can't calculate the height of his cock.
If there's a mountain and it's 10,000 feet tall, but then some developers come and they lay a bunch of asphalt down, and all of a sudden it's...
But once you push it still go in there. So it's there.
Yeah.
So it counts.
You're not that fat, dude. You can't be blaming fat for like stealing inches here.
He was way fatter back in the day.
Every fucking 10 pounds overweight, apparently you lose a half an inch of dick.
Oh,
that's
that's
what
some
they say,
bullshit.
but
No, hell no.
I
Dr. Ross
lost
said that on the
35
show,
pounds in the last like 6 months, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think my dick looks an inch and a half longer. Does it look longer? Probably, but like I would say it's maybe more in the realm of like a quarter inch to a half an inch maybe.
And it's also, too, like... Some boners are longer than others. It's so subjective. Like if my cock is rock hard, it looks like a different dick than if it's like a half-assed, I'm going to jerk off before bed type boner.
Have you done any Googling about the penis pump? Because I personally have been avoiding it.
I'd be terrified to do a penis pump.
Well,
I
don't
had
be
one of
so
them
scared.
shits when I was like 16. I bought it on eBay.
Did it work?
Yeah, that shit worked.
Damn,
Really?
dude.
Yeah, that shit worked like a motherfucker.
Oh, I get so excited meeting people who have actually used them.
Wow.
Dude, I used to bring chicks over and let them watch me pump it. Even let them pump the shit. Like it was something that a lot of girls was interested in.
So
back in them days.
there's this like fitness YouTuber, More Plates, More Dates, and he did a video like 3 years ago, talking about all the different penis pumps he tried, which it would appear he tried like 15 of them.
I tried some cheap shit.
And he said that they have multiple different effects. Like you use it and it can make your dick longer permanently if you use it repeatedly over the course of however long, months and years. But then also if you just had a hot date or you're going over a girl's house, you want to sleep together. I'm not sure if it would be worth doing it before the hot date where like your dick's like, it's going to be like 4 hours till you're done eating and everything before you might have sex. But he said that it would give you like a temporary bigger penis as well.
I heard they cause damage.
If you go crazy with that shit, yeah. But when I used it, my shit was vascular as fuck. I'm talking veins everywhere.
But you know what I learned about is that there's something that some porn stars will get, or like some older guys will get it when their dick stops working. Is basically like a system with like a little like button or like a pump inside your body, and you can basically like, this is how you make your dick hard now. Is you squeeze this little baggy thing, and it shoots blood into your dick and makes it fill up, I guess.
No, I don't want a dick thermostat.
No, you wouldn't do this until you were like, you had to do it. Like,
yeah.
But allegedly some like trans people will do this as well, because like realistically, if you're a woman to man trans person and you have, a bunch of the fat from your arm removed to make a penis, like what's going to make that hard?
That's some Tony Stark shit.
I think the funniest thing I heard, like one of my really good friends, like she did most of my tattoos, is, well, not anymore, but she was a dominatrix for a long time. And like one of the funniest things that I've heard is like, cupping, like they use for athletes and stuff.
On your back and shit.
The fire cupping, apparently people do that to their penis. They do it to their nipples. Like that blew me away. I had no idea.
They got nipple pumps too.
Make your nipples really big. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
never
But
seen
could
that
you
shit?
imagine
No.
putting a little flame
so you
Actually,
never-
maybe I
on
have
the dick?
seen
Hell
it.
no.
Fuck nipple
You never
play.
seen the pumped up pussies? Like they have the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Pump it up.
All the little with the pumped up tits and the, I don't know the words,
Clits.
Yeah, you know that song.
Anybody listen to MGMT? Is that who I'm quoting?
Foster the people.
Oh,
You know that
yeah,
song
yeah.
is about,
Basically
like,
the same
school
thing as
shooting?
MGMT.
What is the first line? All the ugly kids, other kids.
Yeah.
with the
Okay.
pumped up kicks. You know that shit is about a school shooting?
Really?
Yeah, dude.
And with fat pussies there?
I don't know, but he said all the other kids with the pumped up kicks better run, outrun my gun.
That shit was the soundtrack to me doing cocaine in New York City in 2009.
Oh, it was a good time, dude.
Everywhere you went, it felt like you had entered into a new world of magic and mystery with this band named MGMT, who are going to basically be
Or
the
Foster the
soundtrack,
People.
or Foster the People, who also apparently,
Who actually wrote the song?
apparently are not the same band.
Yeah.
MGF, that was a good time though, dude. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
electric feel. Oh yeah.
Electric Feel, fucking Time to Pretend, 2010, 2011. There's no cloud. Social media hasn't made its way onto the phone
I
yet.
kind of feel like that was the death of rock music.
Yeah, like fucking the Strokes, like they had their albums, like Radiohead was popping off.
I was listening to the Strokes in like 2003, wasn't I?
Yeah, but they were still like they dropped Angles like in 2009,
yeah.
so that like they were back.
I like
Yeah.
them because they all dress the same, like the Ramones or something.
Yeah, they looked good.
Yeah.
That's just like everything in a band. It's just like, does the band look good?
That's my whole thing with a band. And by the way, we're starting a band. Do you want to be in it?
Oh, Bizzle's fucking
Okay,
in,
boom,
dude.
we're in a band.
Bizzle
But
looks good.
that's the whole thing is if you're going to be in a band, you have to be committed to the aesthetic presentation of that band. Like you got to all dress in like a cool ass way. Like
Yeah.
as a band, you can't afford to have one member who's not hot.
You can't do it.
I'm
You got to be
willing-
hot in your own way.
I'm willing to make some sacrifices. Like I was going to come do this, but Chris Hughes told me it's a bad idea. I was going to show up here in full body paint, green, just for no reason. And when you asked me why I was green, I was going to pretend like I didn't know what the fuck you was talking about. Yeah, and he was like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm just high, and it sounds like it'd be fucking hilarious." He was like, "It would be funny, but I think that's a little too much."
It would be funny, but it's also like, how do you keep that going?
Yeah.
Like,
What shade of green?
Oh shit, green is that light behind you, green as fuck.
I love it.
Okay,
Just
cool.
Martian
Hope.
green.
Because
Yeah.
anything near forest green is
I
gonna
did a
look little
cooking
black.
show once on YouTube. I did a little cooking show where I was painted green, had a Hawaiian shirt. I looked really good. People loved it.
I could imagine you at a sporting event wearing a lot of body paint, just having a really good time.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Titties
Hoodie.
out, having a good
Titties out,
time.
calls them titties.
Hell yeah!
I can see him being like a Panthers fan, just in bright blue up there. Like,
I like the Panthers because I'm from North Carolina, but Philly, even though I lost the eye in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is one of the filthiest, most stinkingest, dirtiest places ever. Like, if you walk there, it smells like piss. That's what it smells like. It's a horrible place. But I love Philadelphia, and I love the Philadelphia Eagles. So go Birds.
yeah, silver and green or whatever. I like that.
Silver.
I feel like it's a good thing
Yeah.
that Biz was considering showing up in all green.
Mm.
Like, I feel like this is the kind of
go the extra
guy
mile.
you want to keep working with.
Yeah.
Because that's an openness to comedy and a commitment level that you want
I
in
got
talent.
characters for days.
Like,
I
I
feel like
see-
he would be a great fit for the Danny Mullen regime.
Oh, he'd be great, dude. We got to shoot a main channel video. But dude, if he comes to the 24-hour OnlyFans orgy and he's just fucking green and he's slinging that 9.5
and everyone else
incher,
would be green.
everybody else would be green once you were done with them, right,
Yeah.
Biz?
That'd be great.
He's in there
Could you
like,
pass the
"Oh."
test?
Yeah, I could pass the test.
You think?
I know I could pass the test.
Like, Bizzle is in the orgy like, oh, I got some green on your pussy.
I'm not so sure he could pass the test.
I know I could pass the test.
I don't know if he could pass it. Adam,
Pull it out. Let us see if we have any open sores.
let's see it.
Go ahead.
I don't have no damn sores.
Or-
I know I ain't passed the test because I ain't been partying in a while.
And you only get STDs when you party.
That's when I'll do the fucking crazy shit for no reason.
That makes sense.
I like to be like a behaved individual.
When you're telling those stories about me, well, you weren't really telling stories about me doing drugs, but I definitely was doing drugs. It's like, to me, I'm just like, how the fuck did I survive that?
Oh yeah, fuck.
I'm on like such a healthy lifestyle now that it's
Same.
kind of hard for me to remember how it was possible to go through your life doing the worst things possible to your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we are.
I'm
And-
so thankful, dog. I mean, like, I don't know your schedule. You got a kid, so you probably damn near close. Like, I wake up with the sun and damn near go down with it, and like I'm all water. I don't really drink no more. I smoke like a motherfucker. That ain't stopping.
The thing about like the BMXing and the skateboarding and stuff, it makes you so healthy that you got a great point to start from when you start doing all the bullshit. Like you're healthier than most people. You got good stamina, good heart rate and stuff.
If you ever want to lose weight, anybody even want to lose weight, you can fucking get on a bicycle and just pedal for no fucking reason.
Okay, but the experience of being like a pro or like a good bike rider or skateboarder or whatever, you know, like going to a rail and trying a trick 100 times and you fall down, you eat shit over and over and over, and then you finally get it. I mean, that's kind of what, like, that prepares you for getting fucked up, right? Because, like, getting fucked up is like you just do this insanely destructive thing to your body, but then at the end of the day, at the end of the year, after you've gotten fucked up every weekend for a year, you don't have, like, the footage that you get from doing the handrail trick. You just have nothing, and, you know, your body has degraded to some extent.
And I've noticed now, you got a few more years on me, so you probably been noticing that shit.
Why do you gotta bring that up, dude?
Ageism is alive.
I'm not trying to diss,
okay.
but I've noticed like now, like I used to be able to jump down a stair set and you wouldn't feel it, but now I swear my shoulders they move, like they literally like they don't stay in the same spot. Like in my knees, I can feel shit moving. Like it's not in control. It's like a little weeble wobble going on.
Just like jiggling around inside your
but I've been
body.
hit by cars too.
Cars, like multiple?
Hell yeah. I've been hit by 9 cars. I've been clipped by a bus. I was a bike messenger in Manhattan for a long time.
Oh, okay. This makes a lot more sense.
And I was smoking K2 when I was doing it.
You were on
and
ketamine.
drinking 4 Locos.
You were on ketamine, pedaling down
No, he
Madison
was on
Avenue.
K2, the fucking
Spice.
synthetic weed.
Spice.
Oh,
Yeah, because I lived in the Bronx. I lived off Grand Concourse in East
Oh yeah, I mean,
Tremont.
everybody in the Bronx has to
And
smoke spice. Yeah,
since
makes
I
sense.
was like the only white boy there for the first probably, fuck, man, it probably took me 6 months before someone would finally fucking sell me weed. Everybody thought I was the fucking cops. So the only thing that I could buy was from the corner store, and he wasn't even supposed to sell it. But the dude, he had it behind the shelf, and like, he's like, hey, you look like you might want to try this.
We don't go in for accents.
I wonder
here.
what ethnicity he was.
So I did
Very
try
subtle.
it. I did try it, and I fucking loved it. I love that
Jamaican.
shit so much that I actually got kicked out of my place in the Bronx because my roommate was like, yo, you got to quit smoking that shit. It smells fucking horrible. Or
It does,
you got to
right?
go. And I was like, nah, I'll just move. I'll keep smoking it.
Yeah, for you, synthetic marijuana.
Yeah.
Nah, because when I was downtown, when we first got the store downtown, this cop was just walking by. He stops and talks to us, and I said something about the smell. I was like, "Man, these fucking homeless people be smoking mad weed, huh?" He goes, "Nah, that's K2." He's like, "A lot of these people, when you see them and they're really fucked up, it's not meth. It's like they're on synthetic weed, but it could have insane effects on you, unlike regular weed, which is pretty tame."
What? How do they
Pedal
make?
fast as shit.
Well, that's good.
They
If
just
you're a bike
change up some
messenger.
fucking molecules because they want to keep it like
Apparently it's got like a little bit. I didn't know this, but a little bit of tweak and some fucking heroin and all of it in there.
Oh, that'd be great. I didn't know that.
I feel like it might be analogs because the stuff that they use to make it is made in China.
Yeah.
And that's like the analog capital. Like they got 500 different types of fentanyl out there.
Fuck that.
I don't-
Fuck fentanyl.
I don't want to
try
smoke.
them all.
I used to smoke nutmeg when I was younger.
What's that?
Like
It's a
the
spice.
seasoning?
Yeah.
Another spice.
It was funny too. It was funny as fuck too because my grandma, she was like, honey, have you seen my nutmeg? And I was like, no, Granny, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what nutmeg is. But there used to be a show called Mansers. I think it was on Vice.
It was on
Yeah.
Spike TV,
Yeah,
right?
Spike, yeah.
Spice TV.
And they were
Spice
like,
TV.
they're like,
Spice
what
Rack
can you
TV.
get high off in the kitchen? They tried banana peels, something else, and nutmeg. And they got high as fuck off nutmeg. So I tried it. I was chasing rabbits. But that shit's so bad for you. So bad for you. I found out later that's like straight up heroin, which makes sense because when you smoke it make you feel sick. But boy, you see them rabbits.
I remember in high school that there was this one kid who was like a jock. He was like on the football team and shit. And he had the ultimate card over every other dude in our grade where he fucking had been to jail. Like, I don't know for how long, but he had mad jail stories. Now, obviously, like in retrospect, it's like probably little kid jail since he was like 16.
Yeah.
But like,
not.
he was telling me about making Pruno when I was in high school. And I'm like, you want to get drunk that bad that you're fucking fermenting apples so that you can make alcohol? Like, I had never even, I probably hadn't even been drunk yet at that point. So it was like totally fucking new to me. And that guy was really kind of the boss of the high school.
Did you try the Pruno?
No, I never got locked up
What's
long
fucked
enough
up
for
is
that.
I tried it. I tried making it like not even locked up. Like I did.
I just needed some.
Yeah, I was like 18. I fucking needed some alcohol, you know. And my boy's like, yo, like I know how to make it, like, because he had been in for a while and fucking we made it. It tasted horrible, but it works.
How long does it take to make?
Fuck, man. I feel like we had those apples and like orange slices, all sorts of
Sugar
little
cubes,
bullshit in
ketchup.
there.
Takes a couple of weeks, I think.
I think we had in there for a couple of months,
Ooh.
and it smells so bad.
I went to a
was
dude's house
golden.
who was making moonshine one time, and
Oh, moonshine's real.
but it doesn't seem like it was that different of a process than what I imagined the Pruno making process would be like.
Oh, I don't know.
No?
I don't know, man. They got barrels and fucking hillbillies in the woods.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. But
a
it
little bit
seemed like
different.
a slightly more sophisticated version of what this dude had been describing to me that they did in
They use
jail.
propane tanks and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, propane accessories. as
Dude,
well, yeah.
if anybody brews
Copper
moonshine,
tubes.
like, is there a sure way to announce that you don't like minorities than
think
you brew
moonshine does it?
moonshine? Yes.
I think there's a lot of black people drinking moonshine down
There's
There's
south
a lot
too.
of black people making it too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. 'Cause I've had one guy make me moonshine. It was a family in one of my videos I did where I was like in Virginia riding a pig, and dude, they were like the most hardcore Trumpers.
Riding a
Yeah, I
pig.
rode a fucking pig, like just Trumpers, like fucking the South will rise again, kind of like
Putting
it.
that on my list. Ride a pig. You think he could take me?
The pig?
I don't
Yeah.
think anybody can defeat you, Bizzle.
No, I mean, could I ride a pig?
How much do you weigh?
I think I'm like 240 right now.
Okay, well they're about 600, so yeah, I think you'd be good.
Oh hell yeah, we on.
By
You're
the
right.
time you get down to 180, your dick's gonna be 14 inches.
No,
Easily.
I fucking have got down to 200 before, and it was wild. Like I actually had another 2.5, 3 inches of dick for sure.
Did your pitbull like it?
Nah, she went around the time.
Ah,
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it, picture like a 400-pound guy naked right now, and then picture how his dick looks.
A fupa. It's the same thing.
Like
That
a little
fat is gonna
analog
make his
stick.
dick look dramatically smaller.
Yeah, I Mudflap before he lost weight. Mudflap is a guy in my YouTube
not fat
squad.
fuck.
Exactly.
I've
Come
been
on.
communicating with him.
Have you been?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Fat fuck.
But there's a guy in my squad, not
Did you
named
just say that?
not named Fat Fuck. Somebody did. His name's Mudflap, and he lost about 100 pounds. But he and I
I
pulled
did
out
that.
we pulled out our cocks side by side in an antique store. And dude, absolutely, it was like
You guys
a.
picking out vases or
I mean,
vases?
it was like an earthworm, like crawling out of a golf cup. Like that's what it looked like. There was so much he had to fucking. It was slowly emerging from his pocket of just fat.
When you see something like that, doesn't it really make you empathize with what women have to go through and why some of them might want to become lesbians?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Oh,
dude,
I know so many girls that are lesbians because of dudes.
Just, I give up.
dude, even like
I give up.
Like you told me the story, Adam, about the time like you got your ass licked by a porn star and you hadn't shaved your ass in like a month. Like just shit like that. Like we are such pricks, guys. Like if a girl doesn't have like a perfectly neat pussy and like a good asshole and like every single hair is waxed away, we're
I'll
like
accept a hemorrhoid.
a hemorrhoid
Yeah,
every now
sure
and then
is.
is cool.
Yeah, that's hot.
But like, dude, we are fucking gross. Us guys compared to like how chicks, like the standards they have to hold themselves to hygiene wise below the belt.
You know what I've realized?
We're fucking
Maybe
animals.
they
You
should
as-
stop
I
trying to
really
eat our
think-
asses.
I
They should.
think I'm like a clean ass, like well behaved person. But then like when it gets down to the nitty gritty, like I be going out of control, like getting a little crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
What are you talking
Like-
about?
Like remember the futon on the front porch shit? Like that was out of control.
What happened on the futon?
Who's fucking a crackhead on the porch
She
with his
wasn't
homies?
a crackhead. She was a
All right.
stripper. She
Okay.
might have been doing crack on the side.
All right, I got another podcast that I got to bounce off to, but
I cannot believe this. I've been sitting here just like the whole pod. Like,
spoiler: Court had not seen, like, it was like a last minute addition to him, so we didn't tell him to watch the Bizzle episode. So all of this was new to him.
Bizzle, this has been a great pod, dude. I've had a good time.
Legend.
He's blowing my mind too.
I thought I was outrageous. Like I had sex last year with a 7-month pregnant woman, and I don't have kids. I wasn't expecting kids, but this guy is the man.
Have
Like,
you
Yeah.
done podcasting before?
Have I done podcasts?
Yeah.
before? Yeah.
See, this is only the second time I've ever done it. And I gotta fucking tell you, I'm over here. Y'all think I'm funny and like outrageous. I'm over here shaking nervous. Like,
Really?
yeah, if once I got like comfy, oh my God.
I thought he was back on the K2. I saw his handshake.
Well, I saw him shaking on another podcast, but it was because he was so angry at Catfish.
Oh, bro.
It
Well,
was
this
a good time.
This has been awesome. I've had a great time with Courtney and Bizzle today, man. It's been a fun round of podcasting.
Shout
dude.
out to these gents. Thank you for tolerating my Easter shirt a few months early. But yeah, much
Thank you.
love. Thank you,
Thank you.
Court. Thank you, Bizzle. Thank you, Danny. Sledgelords, we out.